The idea for the project, I actually came up with the idea while I was chatting with my little brother. He's over in, my little brother was over at school in FAMU. You know, we were just talking, being catchy about stuff, and we were talking about, you know, like a bunch of music and arts and stuff, and I was thinking, you know, we actually came up with the acronyms Money and Feds in America when we were talking about MAFIA, so I was like, hey, you know, I think I'm gonna work on a project with that title. So I ran off with that project title name, and I got a real cool track list. This is Oil, you know, tracks like Oil, Quit Acting, MIA, or there's a few old records that I'm gonna pull out that have been sitting in my vault for a while. I'm gonna bring out for this record. And you know, the whole point of this record is just to show the quality and the work that we produce. Because over at Wynwood Studios, with Chief Legacy Recordings, you know, all we do is music production, radio production, and television production. So this is pretty much going to be a brochure of what it takes to manage so many years of experience. The American society has been bended and stretched and crumbled up in so many different ways with the last few years of culture between the, you know, there was a war in the Middle East, we were claimed to be in a recession for a while, and I know music is a part of American culture. You know, music is a tool, and it's, you know, it's a real cool vibe. It's more than just a tool. But what I did on this project is that I shared some experiences. So, you know, that some things that were real personal and real dark. You know, I brought some real dark experiences to light, just to let people know that, you know, this is what it takes to build the culture. This is what it takes to build the man. Sometimes when everything is wrong, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to make things right, and that's why it seems like such a raunchy project. But in all actuality, it's just some, you know, it's just me expressing experiences of maintaining a humane culture. You know, and a part of working also is, you know, this is a job. Sometimes you don't want to, in life, you know, life is work. You don't always want to, you don't always want to do something, but you know, work is work. So whatever you do, you just got to do it. It's not always going to be a cakewalk. The majority of this project was recorded at Wynwood Studios in North Miami Beach, Florida. Majority of all the beats are produced by Chief Legacy production team. Right now, I believe I'm probably the only artist on there. I don't even know if I have any features on the project as of yet. But what else is going on? Oh yeah, it's all going to be mixed in-house at Wynwood Studios with Chief Legacy Recordings. And it's pretty much it's a Miami culture, Miami Vice. It's cool working with Tony Choi. Tony Choi is not too much involved with this project, but we do work in the same facility, and we're on the same production team with certain projects. But as of this project, Tony Choi is not involved with this project. This is all J-Hektic, Chief Legacy, and you know the few people I know around the neighborhood. But you know, I can tell you about the experience and the culture of this project. Is, you know, I was born in Brooklyn, New York, moved to Miami. I mean, for a bit, you know, like I was just born in Brooklyn. You know, my first drink, my first smoke was in Miami. You know, my first time falling in love was in Miami. A lot of performances and experiences right here in what we call the bottom, the Tri-County. And that's what we expressed on that album. I took a collection of experiences and made something that what I tried to do is make a movie with each song. You know, I feel like each song, there's going to be enough emotion and enough expression and enough detail for you to picture what's going on. And, you know, I like to be cinematic with my sound. It's not a movie as of yet, but we're probably going to add some music videos to the sounds and everything, make it a really big project. It's going to be educational on top of that. It's not going to be something that's just going to tell you to stand on couches and drink beers and pop pills. We got a lot of work to do amongst all of that stuff. Shout out to the farmers, big up to the farmer cultures, Florida farmers, that good stuff. I'm gonna go take a look around this joint. Walt Grace has got a nice collection of instruments and cars, and I'd like to share a little bit of that experience with you on camera. But it's a really good idea for you to just check out the facility for yourself when you have a chance.
Got that oil from the soil. Why I act like I don't know you? My ingredients are boiled. Now I got that oil from the soil. Why I act like I don't know you? I'm trying to manufacture about 100 bottles a night. Put them all on the pallet and make them all take flight. I'm trying to manufacture about 100 bottles a night. Put them all on the pallet and make them all take flight. Yo, I'm all about my money, I'm all about my pay. Trying to see bills more than confetti at a Macy's parade. I get it, I'll get it in. Do it again and again. Sometimes I even share some insight with my so-called friends. Let me tell you what it's like to make 100,000 cash in Miami. Coming from a poor black family, I learned some Spanish and French before I got off the bench. I took vocational courses, a personal investment. I tried to stay in the school, I tried to stay in the church, but something just couldn't get my cash flowing from work. I did community Samaritan work for free till it hurt. Some even tried to convince me that my own family was cursed. When you
what are you shooting for?
Well, I'm actually filming for a project that I have titled MAFIA, the acronyms Money and Feds in America. I'm discussing a lot of the cool culture of being an American and, and just keeping the economy pumping and stuff. Because sometimes the economy slows down and it doesn't have to. And I think it has to do with mental health conditions and a bit of the entertainment that we're using to entertain our minds.
Like marijuana?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Brother man, so how was your day today?
Very good.
And tell me a bit about Walt Grace and the cool company that you work for and what you do.
Walt Grace is it's a gallery and they sell cars and guitars, vintage cars and guitars primarily. And I'm the guitar dude here. I'm the luthier.
I was just strolling around the neighborhood and I seen your facility. Is this a new company or something?
Oh no, it's a new location. They've been around for 3 years.
Awesome.
And, this is the 3rd location.
Okay, cool, bro. I appreciate you letting us in here to do a little bit of filming today, and we hope to check in later for some future marketing and promo purposes.
Yeah, sounds good.
Peace.
Cheers.
Okay, today I want to discuss mental health. Now, mental health is a person's condition with regard to their psychological and emotional well-being. Now, it isn't your typical an apple a day keeps the doctor away practice, but I will try to explain it with the same simplicity. Now, before we begin, I want you to remember one of my favorite quotes. With the right attitude, we can reach any altitude. Now, mental health is a study that consists of one primary bodily organ, the brain. So let's begin by elaborating on how the brain is structured. Now, the human brain has 2 halves. You got a left half and a right half. Now, the left half of the human brain handles functions that are analytical and logical, such as math, writing, and basic reasoning and repetition memory, while the right half of the human brain handles functions such as art and creativity, risk-taking, spiritualism, insight, music, and colors and awareness. Now, these 2 halves can be charted into 4 lobes for the purpose of basic study, and this is just for starters. You have the frontal lobe, which processes reasoning, personality, and your organization. There's also the parietal lobe, which processes movement, speech, and writing. The temporal lobe processes memory and emotion. And there's also the occipital lobe, which processes basic senses such as smell, vision, and touch. Basic mental health studies have proven that it takes 21 days to form a habit, whether the habit is good or bad, and it takes about 90 days to create a lifestyle change, whether that change is for the better or for the worse. Now remember, that's 21 days for a habit and 90 days for a lifestyle change. Now, many people allow their mental health condition to become so frustrating and overwhelming that it causes imbalances and problems in some areas of their life and sometimes in their environment. Now, this fact of reality propels me to share some information from my Chief Legacy studies that I call brain traffic. Now, brain traffic needs to have a certain level of awareness, and it needs to be monitored in some cases. Now, this can be for personal practice or for healthcare purposes. Now, brain traffic is the study of the flow of information to the brain and from the brain and through the brain, and understanding that different information stresses different brains at different rates. And the league of a person's brain activity can differ depending on the training exercises that help to develop the person's brain, as well as the brain's present stage of development so far. And it helps to notice and understand hereditary traits. Now, for example, sleeping all day is not going to help you pass your math exam. It would be a good idea to practice math exercises to pass your math exam. And organizing your thoughts and knowing when to take a breather is very important to maintaining your mental health. Well, I don't want to overwhelm you with information, so I'll share some more tips later. But what I would like to promote right now is my you don't grind, you don't shine challenge, so that we can get involved in pleasant ideas to practice some of our mental and psychological relief exercises. This is the University of Hard Knocks with J-Hektic Hellion.